and welcome. Eid Mubarak to the viewer. Welcome. Now, this is the last edition of the program for the week, and I am Jones Hussein. And today on the program, nephew of Rabiu Kwankwaso told supporters to quit APC. Court freezes 7 accounts linked to Governor's Forum over Paris Club refund. And later on in the show, more armed youths embrace Amnesty program in Ondo State. I'll be hanging out with, as usual, Babajide Kolade Otitojo. I greet you, Babajide, for coming. So Babajide Jide, same thing.
Thank you for having me.
All right then, Charles Ideho is here.
Glad to be here one more time.
And of course, we have Adeola Yusuf. Yeah. Welcome.
It's my pleasure.
So, we are ready. I hope you are.
I am Ogbeni Aburau Fadesoji Aregbesola. You are watching Journalist Hangout. It is incisive, it's informative, it's educative. Always watch the Journalist Hangout. It's a fantastic program.
All right then, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius was dead on target when he said, let me quote him, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions," end of quote. Now, former Kano State Governor, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, appears to have given vent to the maxim, if news from the state is to be believed. The politician's nephew, who is also a commissioner in the state, Musa Ilyasu Kwankwaso, hinted that his uncle has given the go-ahead for supporters of his to dump the ruling APC for the opposition PDP. Defection, like maize or the corn, is in season, Jide.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
it is. I think that for Rabiu Kwankwaso, this is a particularly difficult decision. His heart and body remains in the APC, but
his head.
Or his body or his head.
he thinks that his political influence has been going steadily down. His goal...
Is that what you see yourself?
I see that because Kwankwaso, yes, he's a senator. You know, he rarely talks on the floor of the Senate. He wants to be the leader of the party in Kano State. He wants to be the leader, you know, just...
Which party? APC.
APC.
Okay.
Now, the governor and his people have said repeatedly that they don't want him to be the leader, that the governor has to be the leader of the party in the state. That when he was governor,
he was the captain.
He was the captain. Remember, people like Shekarau, Ibrahim Shekarau, had to even leave the APC for him. Ibrahim Shekarau played a prominent role in bringing APC to Kano State. But he had to leave the APC for Kwankwaso because 2 captains could not be in the same ship. So Ganduje and his people do not see any reason why Kwankwaso would want to be the leader of the party now, and because of mutual distrust. You know, in 1999, both of them contested for
the governorship ticket. Yeah.
Governorship ticket. Invariably, the leaders of the party at the time prevailed on Ganduje to step down. And after we did, they said, okay, you go and work as his deputy. So, yes, they've been friends for so long, but the contest for power in this case is the reason why someone, the only governor who allowed his deputy to succeed him, now faces serious battle from the same the same man that he allowed to succeed him. And within the party, the APC, Kwankwaso knows that the president is interested. If the president is not interested, he will be very happy to remain in the party. But as long as the president is interested, it means that his own
interested
goal,
in the #1 seat
yes,
in the country.
Yes. His own goal is imperiled, because as long as the president is interested in that position, it will be difficult for any person to get it, except he goes to the PDP. I think that one other thing that has made Kwankwaso particularly unhappy is the raid conducted on the home of his younger brother, who is a retired teacher. DSS members, DSS staff were involved, policemen were involved, the EFCC, they raided the place, claiming that they were looking for money or something. So and he now felt, we work together to make change possible. Why should I be the target of what he called impunity? So remember also that even the Congress of the APC in Kano State a few months back, the Kwankwaso group decided not to be
a part of it.
So,
Charles, so you could say Kwankwaso is in a quandary, but then Kwankwaso tells you he has not jumped ship, he has not left ship, in a manner of speaking. In fact, his PA, nephew Umar Dankura. Okay, Dankura. Says, my man is still in the APC. How do you reconcile this?
Well, but he didn't just say that yesterday. That's quite about 3 months ago or so. So a lot of things could have happened between then and now. And in politics in Nigeria, one day is even too much for any decision to be made.
Yeah.
But you see, you can look at the surreptitious move that Kwankwaso is moving. He has not openly said he wants to leave, he himself. So he is like testing the water. It's like sending, before Jesus
an advanced team.
Before Jesus came, there was a forebearer of the tale in John the Baptist who came to look at everything. So what he's doing now, this is what I think is we want to test the water. Also, don't forget that on the 9th of this month, there's also the PDP convention in Abuja. We don't know whether it's going to particularly be as successful as it's being planned. So I think he wants to just test the water to look at the outcome. So if it doesn't work well, he may say, oh, but they don't hear from me that I'm jumping. So I think that's exactly what he's trying to do by saying his supporters should go. But when you look at the report by Ilyasu, his nephew, you see that he particularly may not be happy with the decision of the uncle. Because look at what he said. On the one hand, he said this is what the uncle said they should do. On the other hand, he's saying that Ganduje's influence in Kano is so powerful that even the 44 local governments, the election that is coming up, 44 local government is likely to be clinched by the APC. Yes. So it tells you that even his supporters may not be as happy as they used to be during the Kwankwaso movement of 2003, around that time. Yeah. So as Gede has said, I think he is fast losing grounds. The only thing he faces you is that since it's like they are drawing the rug from him, he wants to go rehabilitate himself somewhere. But everything points to one destination, 2019, which he feels, as Nigeria has said, if the president says, if the president is interested body language-wise, then there may not be any vacancy for him. It means he has to wait for another 4 years, which, of course, the impatience of the Nigerian politician will not allow him. So better for him to go somewhere where he can ventilate that.
Yusuf, nobody has a right to think for Kwankwaso at a time like this. So don't tell him where to go, if you understand what I mean. But again, in politics, I say it again, stupidity, according to Napoleon, is not a handicap. So he might keep all of you guessing.
Yes, I think before I make my comments on this, it's important that I raise this caveat again.
Okay, then.
What we are talking about is what a nephew who is in the camp of the political foe of Kwankwaso said.
So to speak, yeah.
And he said that in a reaction to preparation for the president's visit, when he said that Kwankwaso is planning to use his red cap to cause confusion during the visit of the president. And that even with his so-called Kwankwaso, he's still going to lose because he belongs, I'm talking of the Nigeria, belongs to the other party. But if the move is something to be believed, just like you said earlier, Kwankwaso is, whether we like it or not, he might be losing ground, but it's a force to be reckoned with.
You can't wish him away.
You can't wish him away. Yeah. You could remember, you can just recollect that during the last APC presidential primaries, he came second after PMB.
Yeah.
So, and he has, aside from that, he has a movement known as Kwankwaso. When the president has suggested that he may need people's vote, he said that a few days ago, he may come back for them to. So it shows that there's no vacancy, except a fool will allow another person to take the ticket from him. So if what we had is something to be believed, it shows that, number one, it is something that is going to be a major threat to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. You could see that a lot of people are, after the former Vice President announced his decision to resign from APC, people are suggesting that it's likely to go to PDP. But a lot of issues have come up after that. But look at this Kwankwaso this time around. You could see that nobody can say he has come out clean, but it's someone that can give Atiku a run for his money if the two of them eventually find themselves in the PDP. And another way I'm trying to look at this is that it's something that I want to believe is good for our democracy. PDP is able to get someone like Kwankwaso or Atiku, whether someone can sit somewhere to say President Buhari will be re-elected or not, it's not something that anyone cannot just, because they are going to stand, the two of them, they have all it takes to give the president. So, and it's going to be something that is going to be very, very good for our democracy.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, okay.
I totally disagree with that. It's going to be good for our democracy, because it is, for me, all this movement from here and there will continue to bring instability in our political infrastructure. The reason is that when people stay long in a place, they have to build an institution. But if you start jumping from here, what is going to happen is that in the course of time, they are also going to bring instability in PDP, because PDP already have people on ground. When you now go there, you are going to now sit some people in order to put some people there. That again will bring another
stagger a number of things.
So it will bring instability in the. So that's why I say it is not good for.
But I wonder. No. I wonder if you are not surprised at your colleagues. Why is everybody thinking the way to go is PDP? What if they sell a dummy?
No, I cannot foreclose the possibility of a third force. Within the third force, we emerge from disgruntled elements in the APC as well as the PDP. In the year 2018, we should expect that. Our politics is full of surprises.
Oh, yeah.
The kind of people who defect in 2018 will shock many Nigerians. I said something here on this program that on the day that McCarthy got victory at the Supreme Court, some big people within the APC were calling him. They were calling him to congratulate him. And remember that Mama Taraba even went there.
Yeah.
She chose that time to go to the secretariat of the APC.
Was the time auspicious?
Very auspicious. And she claimed that, she wanted to tell the PDP that, look, give women more opportunities in your party. But you chose that time. Okay. When you bring such arguments, people will say, no, don't bring it in, because we tend to sometimes over-believe our leaders. Then, some months after, the same woman came out to profess her love, and our dying loyalty to Atiku, who had always been her political father. So people behave in some ways to give us a foretaste of what they will do in future. But we are usually too trusting. We know these are loyal party people. Nothing like that will happen. I think that Kwankwaso and Atiku have been meeting with PDP members for so long, PDP leaders. Both of them to be assured that they will be given the tickets. But just like the day we interviewed McAfee on this program, McAfee said, yes, we are talking to big people in the APC. Remember, some of them have always been our friends. But we are not going to promise anyone a ticket. You must contest for it.
Even when the speculation is rife in the country that McCarthy is an interested party. All right, that's the beauty of this game of politics. Yes. And on this program, we tear the bag. We tear the bag. We'll go on this break and come back.
I am Ogbeni Abraham Fadesoji Aregbesola. You are watching Journalist Hangout. It is incisive, it's informative, it's educative. Always watch the Journalist Hangout. It's a fantastic program.
All right, then, welcome back. Kano State is in the news thanks to Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, who is also a former governor of the state. He's a staunch member of the APC. Don't miss that. His nephew, who is a commissioner in Kano State, insists his uncle is asking his supporters to leave ship, maybe not jump ship, leave ship. Nobody knows where to. But it's interesting, Yusuf, you know. Keep them guessing. That's the name of the game. You know, shuffle many cards at the same time.
Yes, yes. And that was the point I was driving at.
Drive it home, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the point of this matter, the crux of this matter is that left for the fact that this issue is coming up now, you will not see the kind of interest that people are having in the PDP. The president would have had an easy ride if all of those heavyweights were to be in APC. There is no room for them. There's no. So now everyone is interested in what is going to happen. You could see people are taking a guess. So now if we are able to have a strong man in PDP or another party that is coming up, at the end of the day, it's going to be to the interest and to the development of the democracy. So now that we have what we have now, I think Senator Kwankwaso will want to enjoy this quote and unquote. He has been a popular politician, but popularity because it's trending now, and a lot of people are talking about that, and that has been the issue. And I think it's going to be to his advantage. Whether he is going or not, at least it's better we keep our fingers crossed to know where he's going eventually.
Charles, Kano State, 44 local governments, and so in the political equation, you couldn't wish away the voting power from that state.
Yes, well, you couldn't because of the size, so to speak. Even though some people still quarrel with the figures. But,
drop the quarrel here.
So, but the thing is that, as Yusuf has said, all of them, whether Kwankwaso, whether it's Atiku, Kwankwaso still remains a force in Kano, whether you like it, because he still has his followers who are hooked on him, die hard. And these are people is of course is going to bank upon. Who are the people who said they should first of all, he wants to push them first, just to know where what is waiting for now, to know where the pendulum will swing. That will just be the decider. If it doesn't work well, as we are speculating, he might remain to say, oh, he didn't say. But whether we like it or not, what I want people to position to do is that I think I will advise politicians to remain where they are so that we can build our institutions.
You are not one of them. You are not one of them. So
advice comes from not.
That's it. Yeah, but you know, but let's even look at the possibility of Kwankwaso joining the opposition PDP. Its Congress is coming up very soon, and the danger of having parallel congresses is there. So perhaps he's waiting it out. Who knows? Well, if you see what I mean.
I think that if anyone tries to organize a parallel congress, he will have wasted his time. In fact, it will be a very stupid thing to do. The Supreme Court affirmed clearly the leadership of the PDP that should be in control of the party. The Supreme Court affirmed that the convention of the PDP is the highest decision-making organ of the party. And any decision that it takes is binding on everyone. So the convention of the party already decided that they will have this convention, the 9th of December, elective convention, and under the leadership of McCarthy. So it will be a waste of time to go and organize parallel. You can just, at the end of the day, what you will achieve with that is just to irritate a few people. But whatever comes out of that will amount to a waste of time, because it is the McCarthy caretaker committee that remains in charge, with backed by the force of law. You know, so right now, Kwankwaso, Atiku, and other people will be from behind the scene, will be trying to get their own supporters elected on December 9. Because if they have many of the people who have sympathy for them occupying positions in the PDP, it will help them rather than walking into a climate of hate, climate of uncertainty. So they would, from the sidelines, be pulling strings and trying to ensure. I know that Kwankwaso has been meeting, he's been meeting with some governors, meeting with some people and all that. He may deny it, but we know he's been making those meetings, having those meetings with people in the PDP. Yes, of course, that's the nature of politics. If this doesn't work, this works. Exactly. It's in politics to feather his nest, it's in politics to promote his own interest. Nobody can quarrel about it.
He also has invested.
It's an interest-driven game. That's what politics is. So whatever he chooses to achieve, no one can quarrel with that. If at the end of the day there is no room for him in the APC, as I suspect there is no room, because look, some of the people from the Southwest who are supporting Buhari today, they are supporting him because they know that it is risky to support a new person. Exactly. Because a new person from the north will do 8 years. Buhari, if you give him your support, will do 4 more years. That's all, and after that, we'll start talking about power shift to the south, which will give a southern politician a good chance. You know, so that's the same way that Kwankwaso and others will be thinking, and Atiku, that look, Buhari, if Buhari wins this election, this second, if
the second in 2019,
it's likely,
chances are
it's likely to support
yes,
the power shift, because look, some of the big politicians from this part of the country have supported him from the beginning.
That's right.
You know, as you can see, he's even going around with some of them. They've supported him from the beginning.
That's right.
Nothing stops him from supporting such people. So if he supports such people and the South gets it, the chances of candidate will also want to do 8 years.
Exactly.
So their own best bet, is to ensure that they go and contest somewhere else and probably defeat.
All right, let me interject here. Abubakar from Kano has been prompted. He wants to speak. Welcome, Abubakar.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Thank you.
Let me say Kwankwaso before I start contribution.
Okay then.
See, the fact is that most of the parties or supporters of Mr. President will now leave, and there will be an exodus of party officials. Most of them will leave the APC because they are not being carried along, as they said. And if I may quote, it's why even came out publicly to say that most of those who contributed to the success of Mr. President were not being carried along. So as such, there is going to be a repeat of 2015. Some will now leave APC to PDP. But the question is, between Kwankwaso and Atiku, it's a 50-50 chance, because everyone has an ambition to become the president. Right. And there's only going to be one president. So I am focusing that most of the assemblymen will now leave APC to PDP. That's my contribution. Thank you.
All right then. Charles, let me borrow a phrase from Abubakar. Being carried along. What does it mean?
Well, being carried along, first of all,
not being sidelined.
Not being sidelined, because most of these people, whether they like it or not, Kwankwaso, they all invested heavily in the APC. So if you had invested, it behoves on everyone that at least whatever decision has been made, your input should be very relevant. But when you make appointments, you are not carried along. As to use that phrase, then whatever you are doing, your relevance becomes inconsequential. Then what it means that whatever you have put in terms of funds, in terms of organization, in terms of then it has become a waste. So that's why in most cases they are saying that you use my platform to get to a place, and now you have unsettled everything. That is exactly what is happening right now. I also understand that even allegedly so, that in order to pave the way for Kwankwaso in Kano, the current PDP chairman has just been voted out.
Oh yeah.
So, which means that whether you like it or not, the distressing thing is that in the months to come, you will definitely see some of these surprises, which of course is not surprising to us as Nigerians when we followers of the Nigerian politics.
All right, then, the back room is saying we must go on another break. Let's do that and come back.
I am Ogbeni Abraham Fadesoji Aregbesola. You are watching Journalist Hangout. It is incisive, it's informative, it's educative. Always watch the Journalist Hangout. It's a fantastic program.
All right, then, the back room is saying drop anchor on the Kwankwaso saga in Kano State. But let me leave this quotation from Niccolo Machiavelli, the Italian Abuja, presided over by Justice Gabriel Kolawole, has ordered the freezing of about 10 billion naira, suspected to have been laundered by some governors. The EFCC has 45 days within which it could institute an action against irrelevant suspects. Jide, it appears Journalist Hangout has a burden here. Let's carry it in the national interest. Can we go back there?
It's really strange that these kind of things are happening in our country. Those accounts, 7 accounts, opened in the names of some companies and individuals. Now, of course,
and names given.
Yes, but the names are not yet there.
You know, the names were there. The names were there.
Yeah.
Hassan, Ahmad, Tambaba,
Which one?
Ali,
Okay, come on.
And then
and
other
then
companies.
like Melrose General Services
HAD
had
Properties.
HAD Properties Limited and an agro-allied company. Now, the question to ask is, these monies belong to the Governors Forum, and then the accounts are operated by individuals and companies. Something simply doesn't add up here. What the Governors Forum said was that they needed to pay
Consultants.
That they engaged to help them,
Facilitate
cover monies deducted between 1999 and 2002, over deduction on Paris Club and London Club debts. Now, the question is, since that time, what has happened to the money? Because I'm also aware that, yes, a consultant sued them or threatened to sue the Governors Forum, and they began talking. They said, okay, we'll make some payment to you. This whole money, is it all of this money that we're talking about that the consultant asks for? Now, if the consultant asks for all of this money, and I have every reason to believe that that's not the case, how come these accounts were in the names of different individuals
and companies?
Different companies? If the money belongs to the Governors Forum, why shouldn't the account be opened, with the name of the Governors Forum? So that is what will make many Nigerians to start thinking, okay, something is fishy here. And don't forget, even on the matter of this Paris Club refund, there was a governor who wanted to personally appropriate the sum of 500 million. And then the presidency raised hell. That governor had to
back down.
Let go of the 500 million. He's probably looking at me as we speak. But the presidency raised the red flag and he had to let go. Remember also that we were told by the EFCC that a governor from the Paris Club refund began building an hotel here in Lagos.
Yeah.
Although it turned out that it wasn't the governor whose name appeared in the section of the media, that was actually building that hotel. It was a different governor. We won't mention his name here. But you see, something is wrong. Something is wrong somewhere. about this whole Paris Club refund, the governors forum, taking some of the money. We have governors who are finding it difficult to pay salaries.
Yeah.
And every time a window of opportunity like this Paris Club refund comes forward, we are always happy that at least they will be able to take some of that money and pay the salaries of some of their workers who are in fact even committing suicide now. But to know that 10 billion is somewhere, just lying somewhere, and you can't pay your workers, to the point that the president had to even say, please,
all your pleading,
December is here.
Yeah.
Before
Do
Christmas,
part of it.
pay these people. Now, Governor Yotam of Benue State has said, no, the president never ordered us to pay. He only advised.
Yeah. Charles, you know, we cannot but talk about it here and now. Everything falls on the laps of the EFCC. I hear it has 45 days within which to react. So you expect the EFCC to go straight?
Well, I expect, because the body is also upon them to unravel some of these mysteries and so also bring those who are found to be guilty to book in order to serve as a deterrent, and then to also find a way to block some of those things that have become a kind of albatross in our national life. But I also want to look at the role of the central bank in all this. What we know that the said government told the central bank is to release a portion. It's about 19.4 billion naira that is supposed to be the percentage to pay their consultants. What they're supposed to pay the consultant is 2% was the agreed on percentage, 2%. But what the 19.4 amounted is 5%. The question I ask is that why would it? I mean, we're talking about corporate governance and accountability. Why would a central bank not ask questions to be able to find out what the amount, whether it represented 2% or the 5% that the governors have taken?
Yeah.
So that's what one also look at.
The argument is always, look, it's our money. You can't be asking us questions about how we spend
Hey,
our money.
but they specifically asked that.
But the CBN will dole out this money. Doesn't it?
That requisition is made.
Should the CBN?
Their money. But they said release this.
Yeah, but
for
should the
percentage.
CBN not ask questions?
That's what I'm
Because they should be. You should. They are familiar with the figures.
Yeah, familiar with the figure, which is
So
in the public domain.
if it was 10 naira and you are asking for 13,
what is the percentage? It's supposed to be 2%, not 5%.
Yes. I think all we've been talking about are from the account of the EFCC. We should make it sufficiently clear that they have, those companies and the individuals have 7 days to at least to come up. I know, apply for the court to unfrozen those accounts. That should be stated. But one thing that is so interesting to me about this is to take issues that have been discussed further, was that the company, the consultant by the name Beast Plus GSL Consortium had, according to EFCC, because I've stated earlier that this is the account of EFCC, had no link to these companies and individuals.
And the transaction.
Yeah, and the so you gave according to EFCC, you gave a contract to a company, and the contract you're supposed to pay 19.4 billion naira into the account of that company. So you now paid 9.4 billion naira into the account of this company, and paid 10 billion naira into the different account. So if court is to found that account of the statement and the argument, the claims by EFCC to be viable, I think it's something wrong. So
you know that even some arrests were made.
Yes.
Some staff of the current Senate president.
Yes.
Because dating back to his time as the chairman of the governors forum, some arrests were made and all that. So it is not a fresh matter in the recent. And I expect that by now, those who will be put on trial will know them, will still continue the investigation. I expect the FCC to continue its investigation so that in the end, an example will be made out of some people.
Which is what I said earlier.
This matter. Right. If you can't pay salaries regularly and money
It's
lying
lying
there
down.
somewhere.
I mean,
Put in different
accounts, business account here and there.
I don't understand.
So that's what I'm talking about. CBN.
Some of these things we talk about 180-day tenor, some
exactly. They put all these things here. So, but what I'm saying, I still have to restate it that even if, as Jide said, they will say it is their money, but the acquisition was made. How much is this in terms of to reflect the percentage agreed? Like Yusuf has said, about 9.something billion was paid into the account, which may have represented 2%.
All right. Sorry, gentlemen. Sorry. Umar is here from Abuja. Good evening. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
My most greeting to my big uncle, Babajide. And please, before I go further, I would want you to do me a favor. There's things I want to discuss with him if I could have his number after this program. And one thing again is this, in respect of the topic people are discussing concerning the Paris reform, there's the essence of the Governors Forum. The aims and objectives have been defeated. There's what we call peer review mechanism. And that was one of the cardinal points why that forum was established. It's just like the way Lagos State is doing very well now. They need to borrow from Lagos. How are you doing this? How are you doing this? We are going to send some of our commissioners for training. And another, that is one. Two, if there's how we can get a law within the state to see how we can assist ourselves. Like what Kebbi and Lagos is doing now, they are collaborating. Okay, you have this product, we don't have it. We can help you to get market for it. Let's establish that. Why can't the other states emulate from all these two states?
Okay.
To see how they can embody and assist this country to see that Nigeria will be one of the giants of Africa the way it's been proclaimed. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. Thank you. Thank you, Omar. Thank you. We got you first time. You did peer review.
Peer review mechanism. Yes.
They are not doing that.
The peerage is the problem here.
Yes, they are not doing that. I know that Kano and Lagos have begun a sort of partnership because Toji Bello, the Secretary of State Government, led some commissioners from Lagos to Kano, and they shared ideas about revenue generation, internally generated revenue opportunities and other potential, in Kano. So you see that Kano wants to learn from Lagos, as indeed one or two other states, have tried. Some states have come to say, okay, how are you doing this your last Martin? Come and teach us.
Yeah.
Kano too has come up with his own form of last.
Oguse has trace.
They call it Karota also. Kano. Now, there are governors who are able to pay salaries regularly. Katsina governor is probably one of the best in the country when it comes to that. Before the end of the month, salaries are paid. It's not owing pension. It's paying gratuity. Some of these governors are able to do this. Other governors who in some cases are owing as much as 2 years, 7 months, 8 months, they should be
that 2 years unspeakable, please.
Yes. The thing is, you know how it is. In a state, there are categories of workers.
That's right.
These categories of workers are owed 4 months. This other category.
Okay, cumulatively.
Yes,
exactly.
That is the point
I see what you mean.
And local government workers, teachers, they are okay. So now the point is, why can't governors ask one another these kind of questions?
What's the magic?
How are you able to do it? Share ideas. You shouldn't just every time you want to share money and all that, apply pressure on the president to share excess crude, apply pressure on the president to share dividends of liquefied natural gas, and then there's little or nothing left.
Nothing left.
Share everything.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
So, honestly,
okay then, I hear we have a video to show, but then let me say this. We can't exhaust this subject matter in one breath, but it bears repeating here that on this program, facts are sacred, only comment will be free. And we do this for the sake of the followership that seems to be, at sea when things like this are discussed. Now, we'll go to the next subject matter, but let's show you this.
It was celebration time for the people of Ajapa, a coastal community in Eseldo local government area of Ondo State. as hundreds of youth came out to embrace government amnesty program. Indeed, it was a joyous moment for the people of the community that harbour different groups of armed youth who are responsible for various criminal acts carried out in Lagos and Ogun states. It is time for them to quit criminal acts and move on with their lives. The array of weapons surrendered by them speaks volume of their involvement in crimes. Even uniforms and bulletproof jackets seized from police officers are surrendered. Some of the armed youths who allegedly participated in the infamous abduction of students of Ngbonla Model College, Lagos, told reporters why they decided to embrace amnesty.
If they pay us amnesty, there is nothing like violence in Niger Delta area.
Later on, we get our freedom. As we get this our freedom, we pray to God that everybody should drop arms and we should repent and follow the federal government in every time to time.
The State Deputy Governor, Agbola Ajayi, who doubles as the chairman of the State Amnesty Committee, officially received the arms from various militant groups. Ajayi was assisted by the commanding officer of the Nigerian Navy Forward Operation Base in Bokoda, Navy Captain Chindo Yaya.
I'm happy that they listen to us. They have surrendered their arms. You can see the type of sophisticated weapons that they surrendered. I don't even know. I don't know they have them. But I saw AK-47 there, some machine guns, and I'm sure you have seen it yourself. So I'm happy that.
To go along with taking these arms and ammo out of unauthorized hands, out of the community, it will go a long way in bringing peace and security in that community.
Earlier, groups of armed youths had laid down large weapons at Ogoluwayo.
With a few days to the expiration of the ultimatum given to armed militants by the Ondo State government, it is all that more youth will embrace the amnesty program to stem insecurity in the coastal communities of Ondo State. Ayodeji Moradeyo, TVC News, Ajapa, Ondo State.
Now you believe that pictures will tell stories. What you just saw is not a film, it is an actuality. And the subject of amnesty is as much a maligned exercise in these parts, especially given the seeming suspicious modus employed by administrators of the program over time. In Ondo State, the supposed leader of the audacious kidnappers of 6 senior secondary school students of the Lagos Model College at Ekpe, Ogailo Ibori spelled I-B-O-R-R-Y, has blamed joblessness, poverty, neglect for his actions. He has surrendered sophisticated arms of all descriptions to the Ondo State government. Jide, in peacetime, see what we saw now? Over time, we talk about influx of arms into the country. So that's playing out.
See, the manner in which all kinds of assault weapons get into our country must be looked into. We must find a way to block the points through which they bring in these weapons. Some of them they buy from the black market. Some of them they take in exchange for stolen crude. They buy this in the black market in exchange for stolen crude oil. That's why in the whole of the Niger Delta, weapons like this, you know, I mean, they are common. It's not, it doesn't surprise people anymore. But I'm really scared that in peacetime, as you said, just in Ondo alone, we are talking about just 2 or 3 local governments, and people will submit this number of assault
the cash
weapon. Is scary. It's scary. If some of these guys, I saw those big guns that they put on trucks. I saw them.
The aircraft,
yes.
Anti-aircraft.
If these guys confront the police with the kind of weapons that we see, given the fact that we do not really arm our police sufficiently, the police will not stand a chance against these boys.
Charles, there are folks who would tell you as we sit here that the arms you see supposedly surrendered are just a tip of the iceberg.
Yes. I want to believe, because did you ever know that this kind of arm existed? Well, the one we saw right in the pictures, the thing. But first of all, let me praise the efforts of the governor state, Odo State governor, who had decided to bring this thing. I mean, it's just, this is the second phase of the amnesty. You know, one of them, 2003, 2009 or so.
Yeah.
Even if we still have more in the hands of the criminals, at least we have been able to mop up some, which has reduced the firepower.
If they don't get returned.
Yeah, I'm going there because in most cases you found that there was even one policeman, I can't remember his name now, who was arrested recently as an arm dealer. The man was given the responsibility of being in charge of the armory, police armory. And because he had free access to it, he was the one who was now selling arms to criminals. They even came as far as to Lagos State. So the question is that, what is government planning to do with these surrendered arms so that it will not get back into the system, the other side of the system?
Yeah. Yusuf, this is an aside, you know. Ogaila Ibori, let me, I-B-O-R-R-Y. Ibori is supposed to be a felon. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I do. And even taking that further, he gave reasons. He was able to even give reasons.
Oh, come on, you could have given.
And the reasons he gave were unemployment, poverty,
hunger and all that.
And all that. While I want to, because you have to give it to him, why I want to
give what to him?
No, I want to give it to the Ondo State government.
Oh, okay.
No, not him. No. I can't give anything to him because I did not even see them surrender the what do they call what they collected?
Okay, the ransom.
They didn't. As far as I'm concerned, they have not surrendered the
ransom.
And we want to believe with what we have just seen that a lot of other arms and ammunition will still be in their arsenal.
Yes.
Most likely, they can't give up.
They can't give up.
They're not likely.
So what I want to say at this point is, it's something that government should take a below the net look at. Both the state government and the federal government should not fold his arms in this matter, because aside from being an oil-producing state, the guy said that they started amassing this weaponry during the Joy Ilaje 1998 crisis. And when they got that, they moved into illegal oil bunkering and all that. Before they now discover that is not even paying them the amount. So I want the government to take it further by, number one, getting all these maybe the key members of this, getting them into a round table to have, they know more than what they have just told us, to get more from them. They should do this with the assistance and cooperation of the security agencies to know. They can be very instrumental. In advanced war, they can use them to even unravel a lot of things. So I don't want government to just celebrate this at this level.
And you let them go.
There are still more opportunity for celebration for the government. So a lot should still be done.
Jide, you must have a word as we make to pack up and go. You must have a word for the political class. I mean, I may be wrong, but I think they can help us there.
They can, because they are the ones who use these boys. Yes, some of them are taken to kidnapping, but they also use them as political dogs and all that. In an election year, you see quite a lot of illicit arms coming to our country, as well as fake army uniform and all that. You see that the customs have actually been busting some of these people. And all those guns, the pump action and all that, they are used by politicians, you know, to attack their opponents and all that. So if the politicians would play the game the right way, they won't have to be buying guns for these militants who, at the end of the day, once the electoral season is over, they will now turn those guns on you and I. That's what is happening. They are taking terms of this war. This was how they were people that politicians used. Later on, the politicians dumped them once they won the election, and then they decided to now take to kidnapping for
because
you have those guns. What are you going to do with those guns? Those guns want to be used.
So
that is the thing. So the politicians, as I said, have a role to play. Let them play the game the neat way. So that
all right. We must pack it all in here, not before wishing you one more time Eid Mubarak. As you reflect on the country, let's put it this way. I have a little test for the thug who works for a politician. If you want to test how popular you are with your oga, ask for the hand of his daughter in marriage. Then you understand what we are talking about. I want to go here, but not before thanking the backroom boys upstairs. And of course, you want to join us next week on this program. And the program will be repeated at 11 tonight. You can also watch the program on other platforms showing on the screen and on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Our feedback channel is journalist hangout at tvcnews.tv. I am Jones Hussein. But let me thank Jide for coming. Have a happy holiday.
Thank you.
Charles Ideho. And of course, Adeola Yusuf. Bye-bye now.